To this, to the upper left hand side, our blue Protoss player. Give it up if you're cheering on from Ting, Neeb. He's going up against the red Protoss player to the bottom right hand side of the map. Let's hear it if you're cheering on. Nice. Game 1 of this series, and we get set and ready to go. How's everybody doing out there today? Let's see some hype in the chat. And let's see who you guys are supporting. I'm pretty sure most of you are going to be cheering on Neeb. Maybe we got some nice lovers in the chat as well. And we're going to be bringing in the vote system today. We're going to be doing that probably after this series, because I get the feeling the votes on this matchup would just be, oh look, everybody's voting for Neeb. Not nice. So I'm going to bring the votes in a little bit later when we have some more kind of interesting matchups. Maybe some, I guess, arguably closer matchups that we could have between players. Let's see how this goes. We do see, obviously, in PvP, the double gateway setup from both players. So 2 gates apiece on each side of the map. Getting set to go. So 2 gateways coming down on each side of the map right now, as we will see the cybernetics core from Neeb dropping down and into play as well in the main base. That will also be dropping here from Nice. So there's kind of cyber core on each side of the map here. As you are going to see those probes crossing each other by. Obviously, both of them wanted to go and pick up some early information. And Nice was the one who went for a little bit of a faster scout here. So already this scout moving across, and Neeb coming down towards the bottom right. As Neeb is just telling Nice that he lives in NA. Nice is like, why no Korea? Well, I guess Neeb just didn't want to be in Korea just yet. He'll probably go later in the year, I guess. This is a very typical Neeb answer. I don't know. Maybe later. Just like, yeah, whatever. Neeb's pretty straight up and honest with his answers. He probably really just doesn't know why. He probably just didn't fancy it, you know? Probably didn't have too much more of a reason than, hey, yeah, I just didn't really want to just yet. Or for a while, or whatever. And we've seen a pylon on the low ground blocking here. Nice, just trying to slow down the expansion. Neeb didn't mess around with that himself. He pulls his probe back up, and well, Nice is actually going to commit to this. So he's going to leave that pylon up, which means he's just going to lose out on 100 minerals. We've seen the pylon getting taken down on this Nexus. On the way up on the natural expansion. So Nexus starting to come on through. And as that Nexus starts to come on through, just going to be the shield battery as well here from Neeb to get set up. A little bit of a skirmish with these Stalkers so far. Neeb is the one to lose a Stalker, so a little bit caught off guard there initially. The sentry on the high ground stays safe though, and that is the expensive unit out of all this. So losing a Stalker is not great, but it's not the end of the world. Especially when Neeb is 5 workers ahead at the moment. Now he's going to throw down a pylon to the left-hand side here, and we are going to be seeing, well, I mean, 2 gates already set up here from Nice. He's got the Oracle on the way. What does he do? Does he just warp in a couple more Stalkers, keep on the pressure? What exactly is his plan? As you do see already, one hallucination. It's the benefit of having these sentries in the game. You're going to be able to hallucinate across the map time and time and time again. And that first hallucination coming down towards the lower right now. You're going to be moving in towards the natural expansion and through up into the main as well. To again just see what exactly is happening. So he gets a full scout off here, including that Stargate, which is obviously fantastic. So now he knows exactly what the possibilities are. Looks as though a couple of Adepts dove in, but they didn't really do any damage, as Neeb will be finishing his robotics facility in a moment. And a Twilight Council to follow it up as well. So Neeb not messing around with his tech choices. Looks as though he might be able to go in towards a faster blink or so, while also building up in this game. Generally, if you go Stargate, you will kind of bypass something like Blink, because the Stargate is, your Oracles, etc. are your map control. Instead, you would generally go for just, say, like a Glaives opening, or something along those lines, maybe even just straight up to charge. Glaives is actually less common by quite a margin, as you do see this Stalker over here spots those Adepts. And the Oracle's moving forwards too, 2 of them together, to make sure that you can actually deal damage to mineral lines against shield batteries, etc., because shield batteries will out-heal the damage of a single Oracle, as Neeb will actually lose a second Stalker as well right now. So second Stalker going down now. These Oracles coming around the right-hand side to see what they can do. The 2 Adepts trying to pop up the ramp, but not quite managing to. As those probes coming in, we're going to see a couple of workers going down. And again, these Stalkers and Sentries are going to be able to pick up those kills. Oh my god, the shield battery is keeping the Sentry alive. I mean, Shield Battery can do okay against Double Oracle as well, because the difference is a Probe gets one-shot by Double Oracle. A Sentry actually doesn't die straight away, so the Shield Battery gets a chance to heal it. And that's Shield Battery keeping that Sentry alive there. That's 100 gas off Neeb saved, and indeed going in towards that blink. Now, we do see the Twilight coming up from Nice. It might be that he goes for a delayed blink here. Without a Robo being up and producing Immortals, I mean, there is a Robo up, but he's not making Immortals. It's very possible that he just goes straight in towards blink himself. But he could still go charge too. There's a couple of different options for him there. Again, delayed blink isn't necessarily a bad thing, as Neeb will find himself the pylon kill over there eventually. We're going to be seeing now the sentries do get taken down. He loses one Oracle for it. So nice with a little bit of a trade-off there. A hallucinated Phoenix coming down towards the bottom right, as once again Neeb is looking for information, looking to figure out just what is going on. And it is indeed resonating glaives, and so Nice is going to show his hand as being aggressive once more, already adding on a ton of extra gateways. What a time for Neeb to scout this. And so it's going to be kind of a resonating glaive, immortal-based push in the next few moments. So he's going to be setting up in towards this, as Neeb getting the third Nexus up. He's going to add his gateways on very soon afterwards, but will have the third Nexus on his side. Already has the blink, and that's why he's moving out onto the map with the Stalkers. The Stalkers can take the map presence, they can move around, they can chip away at units trying to move across the map. And so these Stalkers, that's exactly what they're going to do. Putting their, blink upgrade already here into play, into action. As we're going to see those Stalkers popping up, and there's going to be seeing the depths and a couple of sentries. Well, just trading out already as the Stalkers blinking on the way back down to the low ground. 5 more gateways on the way up. The Nexus is coming on through as well at the moment. We're just going to be seeing that charge upgrade also continuing on right now. This Warp Prism is about to pop here from Nice, and we're going to be seeing again a lot of these Warp Gates getting set up and ready to go. And yeah, Neeb just stayed on the map, finds himself a Stalker already, and just maybe threatening Nice to kind of not actually move across as he might want to. Blinks up to the high ground here, now again starting to do that kiting away, and just buying time. I mean, okay, Nice didn't want to move across the map just now because he didn't have glaives, but now he does. I mean, sure, you want to get across there and do damage, but can you justify it when Neeb is about to blink up into your main base, and he already kills one pylon? Kills the pylon, he's going to go for the pylon in the front that empowers the 2 gateways, and then he can blink back down to the low ground. Loses one Stalker, and this Stalker misblinks, but it might not go down. He might be able to survive, it will. Nice doesn't press the issue, and so that Stalker can join in as well, as Neeb loses another couple Stalkers. Good force fields, but he blinks back up into the main. But now he's going to go for another pylon pick off, and that's exactly what he wants here. Just one more pylon supply box. Nice, he's just keeping Nice at home. In the meantime, some Adepts trying to poke forwards, but the Stalkers are on top of it. Neeb continues to shut this down. Just pure Stalker from him at the moment, by the way. Not going into Immortals or anything. Just pure Stalker from Neeb, and now Charge is about to finish, so he can add some Zealots in as well if you would like to. As we do see those Stalkers just sat over to the right-hand side. Neeb just still trying to pick away to a couple of units. I mean, there's a Sentry, and this time he gets away scot-free. Doesn't cost him anything. And there's now also the, Mortal production just keeps on going. He adds on a couple of Sentries of his own. Probably because in a case of a fight here, he wants to be able to kind of force field out the Immortal from coming forwards or something. It would be a very kind of useful, powerful way for him to do things. As you do just see this army going around the center, the Stalkers again just relocating, and he actually brought the rest of his Stalkers across as well. He's actually going to find these Adepts here, which are going to shade in between the Stalkers. I'm not sure how that really works out here. Now the Immortals start catching up, and Neeb, I mean, it's a weird situation to try and figure out, right? But kiting away, he's going to be able to stay out of range of the Immortals, and you know what? Neeb is just going to go across the map once again. If you just think about it, now he decides not to. Comes back in, kills off another couple of Adepts. Obviously losing Stalkers in these trades because Blink was on cooldown. Now it's off, he blacks away once more. Golden Shield already popping. As we're going to be seeing Nice continue to come up the left-hand side. And up here, a few Adepts trying to do something again, but Neeb seems to be controlling it. This is another couple of Stalkers, though, and again, it's a lot of damage he's taken on those. As now the Oracle comes into the natural, and the Shield Battery was never in position on this natural to do for the Oracle. It was just the units that were in position there before, which are obviously not there any longer. Neeb pops the Guardian Shield. He's got an Archon mixed into play now as well, so he is starting to get that next wave of tech up for himself. As we're going to be seeing these these units from Nice coming up the left-hand side once more. A few more Depths coming through the center as well towards that left-hand side here. And we are just going to be seeing another Archon morphing on in. Again, for Neeb, it's all about defending this here. He's up to 3 bases against the 2, so all he has to do is keep on holding on. And he should end up completely fine in this game, number 1 of the best of 5 series. Neeb pushing on down the left, looking to see just what he can do right now. Realizes the answer is not really anything in particular right away. And has to pull back here once again for a moment. Stalker's pushing forwards. We're not going to be seeing the force field dropping down as well. Stalker's continue to back away. Shield battery is going to be able to kind of keep on this going as well. Nice force fields, but well, I guess the Immortals are kept in the back. But they're kept in the back so they can only hit the Zealots. I mean, they can't hit the Stalkers, etc., which they usually trade very well against. Neeb for now is beginning to hold on to this. He loses his Archons though, at least one or two of them in the front. One more in the background here is again just pulling back, buying a bit of time. Nice ops in another set of units though, and actually will continue to make his way through this. A couple of shield batteries going to go down. Now see another couple of Zealots dropping to the sentry. Is Nice actually going to have enough to do this here? I mean, these Immortals in the back are just doing so much. 4 kills, 10 kills, 7 kills. Now Neeb gets one of his own Immortals in here. I mean, the Archon doing a lot as well to help on through some of these Adept numbers. The Adepts are thinning out, and now actually the Immortals are kind of on their own in this. You're going to see a few more Adepts in the background. Neeb is really struggling to hold on. He's got one Immortal which is kind of trying to run away. Some probes starting to go down for him too. Still, these Immortals are just so powerful right now. And Neeb, realizing this, starts to go onto it. He tries to get the Prism, which would be huge, but now he loses some Stalkers trying to get that extra Zealots. But the Glaives work very well, clean up the Zealots. And it's actually nice to make this attack work. What a turnaround! What a turnaround here in this game, as Nice is going to be able to make it happen after Neeb really felt as though it's a game that you don't really see happen too much. It's not the usual setup that you would usually see. You know, not a lot of players play pure Stalker up until like 8 minutes before transitioning, like Neeb just did, so it's kind of hard to judge how much damage needs to be done. As we have to the top left hand side, the yellow Protoss player from Ting, it is Neeb. Nice is obviously quite interested in Neeb's life. First of all, he's asking if he's living in Korea and right now, and now he's like, will you go to Katowice? I imagine Nice might be looking to make the trip out to Katowice as well. As to the bottom right, he is the red Protoss player here in the lower right side of Neon Violet Square. Alright, well, game 2, and obviously we'll look to see which direction this goes in. It looks as the players were swapping between servers from Korea to America or so, as the names have just changed up slightly here. The barcodes have changed up a little bit. So we'll see exactly how this one goes now. Game number 2 of this best of 5. And, well, of course, Nice 6. This would be on match point! And that'd be scary, because knowing how many 3-0s we've casted the last few days. That could be really, really scary here. As you are going to see this probe from Nice continue to go up towards the upper left-hand side of the map. Moving on up and seeing what you can do. Meanwhile, by the way, I'm actually just watching Future versus True, and Future looks as though he's about to take game number 1 off of True. That's pretty freaking sick. Future was looking pretty good yesterday, but yeah, I guess we'll yeah, I guess we'll see him actually being able to close out today. I really thought Future was maybe able to take down Bly yesterday when he played him. But Bly managed to come back in games that Future was very far ahead in. Nicely done. Alright, so we're going to be seeing this probe just scouting around. There's 2 Adepts here initially from Neeb. Nice will go for the 2 Stalkers, but look at Neeb. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Twilight Council dropping down on this left-hand side. So just going to be throwing this down. Obviously, that's a little bit exciting. Wow, no way. True just beat Future? No, how did he win that game? I really thought this was, I thought Future had this just looking at the supplies. He was like 20 supply ahead going into the fight. Oh my god. That's kind of crazy. Alright, well we do see, in our game here, a couple of Adepts starting to shade through the center of the map. So 2 Adepts coming through the middle here from Neeb right now, as we are going to be seeing the Stalkers from Nice on the way up on the bottom right-hand corner. Dark Shrine coming on up from Neeb, and obviously that's one of the big plays for him. Oh my god, it's Dark Shrine versus Dark Shrine. Oh my god. DT Shrine of Peace then, so let's see how this goes. As Neeb's initial Adepts going to move through. The thing is, Neeb should be able to scout this, right? Because he's got Adepts. Maybe not though, because that pylon comes down. Maybe Neeb just hits earlier, and that could be the difference if he empowers the gates and stops the water. I mean, this is really hard to judge what exactly will happen now. Well, there's the probe, and that will probably be warping in the pylon to, well, to warp in the DTs with. Robo facility behind it as well. Okay, well, the robo facility is obviously going to work out fantastically, because now he's going to be able to get an observer up for himself. And what detection does Nice have available to him? Well, there's the robo, but again, much later versus a slightly faster Dark Shrine of Neeb. So here we go. Both players will begin to expand behind it. Again, Neeb's expansion faster too. Just Neeb's build in general a bit better. He's actually a little bit weaker in terms of the number of units on the map. He actually didn't have anything beyond the first couple of adepts. He had like one single stalker. Whereas obviously Nice built a couple of extra stalkers, and that obviously goes a long way. Two DTs moving down again. No detection just yet. And if Nice doesn't see this right away, and there's not a wall off, etc., he's going to be in trouble. Because right now there's only one pylon power in that rover facility. I mean, it might not even matter. He might just go straight for the probes anyways. He's already getting some probes on the low ground with this Dark Templar. Observer's starting to Chrono Boost out. And obviously now Nice, well, his DT Shrine is revealed as well. Neeb already has the Observer, so he should really take very minimal damage in comparison to his opponent, who is taking quite a lot. Already down to 15 probes against the 30. 13 workers against the 30. Well, yes, that is definitely one way to start up here from Neeb, who's going to shut down these DTs, chase them away. Get out of my base, get out of my house. Neeb puts himself heavily into the lead with the way he defends here. Again, his build was just crisper, as more well timed out. Everything just seemed to go a little bit better for him here. The rover facility was up sooner, the Dark Shrine was out a little faster, and all of that really does go a long way in these mirrored matchups. So whatever Neeb did, again, I guess Neeb's build has weaknesses too, right? I feel as though Nice's build was a little bit safer, in the sense that, you know, units gathered up on the natural expansion, for example, and that sort of setup. As we do see the Stalker working its way through the pylon here on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, two Adepts coming up in towards the natural, but they are going to get turned away by those Stalkers, pushing on through and pushing those Adepts away. Well, what does Nice do from here? Neeb's already going in towards Blink, but Nice doesn't really have the economy to build up Blink just yet. He has a DT chasing a Stalker that wandered a bit too far forwards. And we've seen the third Nexus is gun thrown down as well from Neeb, and maybe Nice just sees that and realizes, like, oh god, I am so far behind in this game. What on earth am I going to do? Like, I'm certainly going to get rid of another DT here, which sees a kind of full mineral high. He actually does leave the game. Wow, Neeb is going to take game number 2. I mean, you can kind of understand what. To the top right hand side, our blue Protoss player, give it up if you're cheering on Neeb. Bottom left hand side, our red Protoss player, it is Nice. Alright, Neeb against Nice, game number 3. Let's see which way this goes, let's see what the players are going to get up to, and let's see what's going to happen as we get this underway. Gateway coming down from both players, probably expecting a double gate in the next few moments. Neeb with a cheeky little Dark Shrine that last game, and went pretty good, went pretty okay for him. As we get set up and ready to go. Chrono Boost is on the Nexus here. Obviously both players just in the initial setup stage of that game right now. Again, Neeb I really felt was kind of controlling game number 1 as well, but kind of got to that point of, well, it got to that sort of point where things were just not really kind of working out kind of too much further kind of beyond that stage. So yeah, I feel as though he kind of he got to that point where he kind of just fell flat on composition and in the fight. As we will see this probe of Nice continue to come up towards the upper right hand side in towards the main. There's 2 gates are going to be set up with a Cybercore on each side as well. So far just mirroring each other in the very early stages. Obviously as the Cybercores come up, the choices to kind of tech up and to move away from certain strategies and into other strategies, etc., become very possible. As that probe again just nibbling away a little bit here, a little bit there. And you're going to be seeing 2 Stalkers now currently from Nice on the way out. And 2 Adepts on the way from Neeb. So a little bit of a different setup from both here once again. 2 Adepts versus 2 Stalkers. Will we see the first Stargate of the series here? Is obviously a big question as well, because Stargates usually are a very common way to open. And yes, we will. 2 Adepts into the Stargate now from Neeb then, so he's getting set up and into this. So that's obviously a pretty big deal for him. As we are going to be seeing the 2 Stalkers from Nice about to finish up, popping out here, coming down to the natural, and he will be, well, getting ready to expand himself, as Neeb right now just nibbling with a probe on that pylon. Nice is actually opening an aggressive pylon here, so this could be very aggressive out of him, as those 2 Adepts will want to start shading right now. They run straight into the Stalkers, which is a bit unfortunate, because they will start to lose one of them. I mean, the Stalkers will keep on kiting, and they will grab one of the kills. And that really limits how much the Adepts can do here. 3rd gateway from Nice. So already going in towards this sort of aggression here now. So going in towards this aggression, getting set up, and we'll be looking to attack as these Stalkers continue to work their way through this pylon. It will go down. Shield battery at the front will be a big part of helping to defend this now. There's extra Stalkers coming across the map, but how does Neeb figure this out right now? He hasn't sent the Adept forwards. He doesn't see this at all. We are going to be seeing those, this Adept continue to come up towards the upper right-hand side. Oracle again about to finish a second shield battery. Neeb kind of knows what's going on. He sees no Nexus, and so immediately begins to worry about this, as we're going to be seeing the Stalkers setting up on towards the center and going to continue pushing up this ramp then. Oh man, the Oracle coming across the map, and there is a shield battery on the way up though, so there is going to be an answer to the Oracle. Now Neeb starts to see these Stalkers pushing. Obviously he wants to be careful and use his shield batteries to the max. And he will bring those shield batteries, or Stalkers back to the shield batteries now, as Neeb's looking pretty good to keep defending this here. As he comes in with the Oracle, I guess that's a guaranteed probe kill on the natural, right? And now you'll fly into the main, where the shield battery does cover the entirety of this main base, so we'll see it just basically taking forever to actually kill a probe. Will eventually get his way through one, and a second one here, eventually two. Stalkers have actually pushed straight up past the front here, though. The probes are going to pull in to fight this. One of those Stalkers going down already. Probe's going to pull back a little bit, tanking a lot of the damage though. Neeb is continuing to hold on. He's still in a worker lead, and he still has that Oracle to do more as the game continues. A Void Ray as well, and obviously Neeb has just figured this out well enough to get set up to defend this. He comes back to the low ground now after using the probes to defend for a bit. This is going to look great for him, as this Oracle will continue to come and maybe go for another attack. I mean, the Stalker here did push it away. Obviously that helps out a lot as well with the one Stalker to help out there, as the shield battery is keeping the Void Ray healthy even if it gets target fired, and that's the issue for Nice. How do you make this happen? How do you make this work when there's a Void Ray here and double shield battery? Well, sentries are apparently going to be his answer. It's going to be coming down and going to get ready to push up in towards this natural expansion. We're going to be seeing the Adept, the Stalkers, sent themselves up here to start the fight. One of those Stalkers taking a lot of damage already. Another Stalker getting hit here right away. One Stalker now at the front goes down and continue to push forward. Ah, the Void Ray does fall. It's a pretty big deal, but when you're using your force fields defensively as the aggressor, it generally doesn't bode too well for you. Now that said, in this game here, Nice is still in a position where, Neeb doesn't have a Nexus either. So, both of these players are kind of somewhat expansionless at the moment. But Neeb may just be able to take too much of an advantage if he continues to fight well here. Let's see as the Guardian Shield pops. You'll see some force fields coming down. One of the sentries in the front, which had some energy, gets taken down too. He needs to get rid of this Guardian Shield right now, Neeb. He's out of energy on the shield batteries. It seems as though he's warping in on the high ground. He will bring those units into play now. Can't warp in on the low ground because he has slow warping, so it wouldn't really be effective. It wouldn't really make sense. Oh my god, the Stasis Ward! What a way to counteract the shield battery. Who needs to kill the workers if you can just trap them in stasis doing absolutely nothing? We do have to the bottom right-hand side of the map a yellow Protoss player who is up a game now. Let's hear it if you're going to cheer on Neeb. And he's up to the top left against the red Protoss player, the Taiwanese player. Nice. Alright then, game number 4 as we get set up into this. GG Ward. You know what we should have? We should have like a Stasis Wardy emote. Stasis Wardy emote. I don't know what a Stasis Wardy emote would look like. Maybe it could be pretty funny. I don't know how we would make it look like. Can't have anything to do with it, but it could be funny. Anyways, a Forge on the way up from Nice, and so he's already shown his hand here in game 4. Obviously not feeling too confident when it comes to macro games right now, and so he's going to be opening with the aggression for map 4 of this year. With this Forge on the way down, on the way up. Let's see how this is going to go, as we already see a pylon coming in behind the natural mineral line. Starting to establish this. And there is the couple of cannons. Well, Neeb, he does see the cannons right now, so that's the first he sees of it, which is kind of slow to spot. Let's see what he can come up with as an answer then. As we get this going, we see a couple of probes going to come in towards this pylon right now. So coming in towards the pylon, going to start working their way through this. Going to see another pylon dropping down. Whoa, really? I guess because the pylon walls off, because he saw the 2 cannons, the probes can't get in. And so I guess the cannons don't reach anything. I thought he was just going to... Obviously, I didn't think that was looking good, right? But I thought he'd at least try to maybe make a cannon here, break down the pylon, and then make some, and then try and play from there. But obviously, Nice doesn't feel as though that's going to work. And to be fair, it probably wouldn't. But it's still a bit of an earlier time to type out than you would maybe perhaps think. GG, and that is going to be Neeb taking